There is a phenomena that goes on in a grain itself, and this is primarily for corn, that will make a difference in how much you harvest. Corn becomes mature. Universities say somewhere between 26 and 35%. It can vary. Generally around 30% is when it's mature. But there are biological things going on inside that kernel that continue from that 30% down to 15%. So there's a term we use we call invisible loss, and what that really is the kernel itself making its normal changes to become a seed ready to sprout. And in that process, it cannibalizes some of the starch and some of the energy from the kernel. By that cannibalization, you've lost test weight, and the net result is you have a lower yield. So the earlier that you can get the crop out, the more yield you're going to have.
If you can pick the corn a little wetter, it kind of cuts down on some of the shattering of the kernels, and it tends to go through the equipment a little better. Now, when you go out there and you start picking at, a lot less moisture, you can run into problems with corn cracking, things like that.
And one of our agronomists just wanted to prove the importance of drying corn, and he had the same hybrid in 2 years of corn. One was at 20% moisture, and then the other one was at 15. And then so first he dropped the ear with 15% moisture, and 21 kernels popped off. And then he dropped the ear of corn at 20% and no kernels popped off. And he dropped it from, about, chest high onto, it was the ground. So, I mean, it's actually softer than what your header plate is. So when you take that into account, there's 21 kernels that popped off at, 30,000 to 36,000 population, somewhere in there. We're talking 7 bushel per acre loss just from header loss. And that's just 20 to 15, so it's kind of a no-brainer. 7 bushels will pay for a lot of fuel.
You can grow the best crop, but it may not be the best crop you harvested. The more you leave in the field, the more of a factor it is. So grain dryers are what make that possible, to go out and get that crop and bring in as much as you can so you can market that. That ends up in a better overall position in terms of your income, and it's a big factor in how well you do each year.